Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is your girl Wanda GodsBratt with Miss Lee Reddick Johnson, and she is the owner of Makeup by Aaliyah. And I am so honored to have her with us this evening. She is a phenomenal makeup artist. She is a wonderful brand owner, and I've just come to know about her within like the last year or so after she had suffered some loss. Another makeup artist, Monique, had introduced me to her line, and I can say it's some of the best products that I've ever used. Welcome,
You.
Miss Lee Jessica Reddick
Thank
Johnson.
thank you. So good to be here. Thank you.
Okay, so what we're going to do today, you've gone through a lot since the inception of your business. How long have you been in business?
This marks the 6th year. This is
Wow.
6 years. Um, when I first started, I didn't take it as serious as I should have. And so I'm still working a full-time job.
Hmm.
And so I was like, okay, well, I just get local sales here and there. But what made me take it more serious. Um, my husband had fell and broke his hip,
Hmm.
and then he had a seizure. And during that time that he was out of work, I was steady building products though. I was steady bringing in products, and I was looking around. I was like, we got to do something with this. We're just bringing it in, but I'm not taking it serious enough to try to sell it. So we ended up did a weekend gig in Memphis, Tennessee at Oak Court Mall, and we sold out. We,
Wow.
we we sold out over the weekend. Everything that people was coming, they was liking the products. But I sat back still for another 6 months after that, and to decide whether or not which way to go with the makeup line.
Hmm.
For about 6 months, and we was like, okay, well, we did good in the mall. Let's go back to the mall. So we did that. We stayed there for a year and a half up until the pandemic had came.
Hmm.
And then when the pandemic came, now remind me now, I had no idea people was doing so many makeup lives and there was so many brands out there. I had no idea of how social media was working at that time. So I went to trying to do lives on my own. I met a young lady, well, a woman rather. I met her in the makeup world, and she started introducing me to more and more people, and we just blossomed from there.
Okay. Wow.
Um, Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, so now with the brand, what, like, how did you come about naming your brand? What does Makeup by Leah stand for? And then I know LaRue Cosmetics and different names. What are the different names and where do they come from?
Well, Makeup by Leah, I have 5 children. I have 3 girls and 2 boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I really couldn't think of nothing. And so
Okay.
I named it after my baby girl. And then
Okay.
that just kind of like stuck with that. Now,
Mm-hmm.
LaRue Cosmetics came in. That was my dad's name.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, when he had passed away, I just wanted to make sure that his name lingered on.
Okay.
And so I took LaRue Cosmetics. I loved his first name. Nobody really knew his first name because he
Mhm.
always went by John. And I was like, LaRue, it has a nice ring to it.
Right.
But we took those products and we took and put them into LaRue Cosmetics under the surname of Makeup by Aaliyah.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's where we came up with LaRue Cosmetics.
And then the names of the different colors and the palettes and stuff. Is it just whatever you look at and what it inspires you to name it, or how do you come up with that?
Well, I came up with one of the palettes. We came up with the names. I got the names from biblical names. I got the
Mhm.
colors from what did it mean in biblical
Okay.
meanings. So that's where I got those at, because I really heavily depend on God. I
Eh,
really heavily depend on Him to help me make decisions. The prayers that I say to Him, I meditate on Him a lot. So
mhm.
I took a lot of that from the biblical names of what different colors actually mean in biblical time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's really interesting. Now, Let's see. What have you learned about yourself? Like, I know you mentioned that your husband made you promise not to let your makeup business go. I heard you say that in one of your
Yeah.
lives. How did he inspire you with the business while he was alive, and how does his legacy
Oh,
and that conversation inspire you to keep going now?
oh man, he was awesome. He was an awesome guy. um, when we decided to do the mall thing, my husband and I worked opposite shifts. We
Mm-hmm.
could have worked together, but we chose to keep it opposite. He liked it his supervisor, I liked it mine. I
Mm-hmm.
said, well, okay, we go into this mall. How are we going to do this thing? He was like, simple. On your days off, you work it. On my days off, I will work it. And
Okay.
he became very serious about making sure he got there on time, and the women that came to buy, they absolutely loved him. And
Mm-hmm.
they would come, they was like, we didn't know he knew anything about no makeup, and I just came to buy one little simple stuff. And I would teach him about the different meanings of what makeup is what. And
Right.
he just really got into it, so he inspired me. So when they came and told us that my husband would not make it. He told us that he would not. He was very coherent. He understood what was going on, and we sat down and we had a long talk. And the one thing he made me promise, he said, "You keep going. You keep going with Makeup by Aaliyah." He said, "Because you're gonna make it. You're gonna live a long life, and you're gonna make it." So I know a lot of people probably felt maybe after he passed, I should have sat down for a little while. Why is she even grieving about the situation or whatever? I was hurting very much. It hurted me very much just to click on my camera, to want to smile, to want to go live. But
Right.
I would constantly hear him saying, keep going,
Oh.
keep going. You got to keep going. You can't sit here on, you got to keep going. So, um, when I'm clicking on that camera, I just don't do it for Makeup by Aaliyah. I do it for my husband. I do it for the passing of my husband. Everything that I do now concerning Makeup by Aaliyah is still as if I talk to him on a daily if
Yeah.
I'm making the right decision.
Okay.
So he's always involved.
Oh,
He's
I love that. I
he's
love
always,
that.
yeah.
Cause I with my relationship, I know Eric is a very instrumental part of everything that I do. I trust his judgment. He's very intuitive. It's been very few things that he's told me and said to me about how his discernment that's been wrong.
Right.
So I can definitely feel like I felt that deep down in my soul right
Yeah.
there.
And it's just awesome to have a husband that believes in you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No matter
Right.
how many times you failed over here, he was always still, we can do this.
Right.
We can do
Right.
this. You didn't got too far. You got all this. Keep moving. I don't care if nobody clicks on your camera. You just keep moving. So
Mm-hmm.
that motivated me. He was just a motivator, just an awesome man, just an
Wow.
awesome man. And I just thank God for him, for his support. And this ain't the first business that I ever got into. Makeup has
Mhm.
not been the first thing. The first business I ever did, I wanted to sell church hats, the real
Okay.
church hats. And he went, it was no question. He went in his 401k. He got that money out. He made sure my inventory was there. He helped me get a storefront, the
Mhm.
whole 9 yards. Same thing. He was there. He was just
Wow.
always there. No matter how many times I did something and failed, it wasn't like, okay, you just need to give up. This just, he
Right.
was always there pushing. And to hear him on his deathbed, you know what I'm saying? To
Mm.
come on knowing that you don't have but a couple of more days to live. And he's still encouraging me,
Wow.
you
Yeah.
know. He's
Yeah.
still putting everything into his family that, you know what, y'all are going to be okay.
That's a
So
blessing.
I just kept pushing. I just kept
Yeah.
pushing.
I hope this won't seem insensitive. Like, would you ever consider remarrying, or he was just the epitome, or whatever God has for you? How do
I would definitely have to say whatever God has for me. Right now, I don't even think about like dating. I
Okay.
wouldn't mind having like a friend, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be serious with nobody right now because you can't find or make that other person be who your spouse was.
Right.
Until I learn to let go of certain things, I don't think it will be fair to the next person to
Okay.
try to get involved with someone because I have not learned to let go of
Mm-hmm.
certain ways I am with my husband. And I can't expect for them to be Larry because they're not Larry and they're never going,
Right.
so one of
Okay.
these days, if God say so, yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah,
So, what are your future plans for the brand? We know you got rid of PR,
yeah.
and what direction is the brand going in now?
Okay, right now, and this is what made me make a choice with PRs. When I did the first expo show,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at my surroundings, I'm looking at people that I can potentially connect with to
Mm-hmm.
help me elevate the brand. Now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, now I can steady continue to just quote unquote play on Facebook. Try to
Mm-hmm.
try to sell a product. Can this PR try to sell a product tonight? Or can I just really just get more serious and take this brand to a whole different level? So where Makeup by Aaliyah is going is I want to revamp the entire website.
Okay.
To me, it needs to look more professional. It needs to be more inviting, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So the first step is to revamp the website. Once I do that, I've already got my trademark. So that was another blessing that came like right behind that. Now,
Okay.
once I get the revamp done, I want to work with a marketing team. How can you help me market Makeup by Aaliyah and give me ad content that I
Mm-hmm.
can change this around in a more professional way?
Okay.
I can't do both. And
Mm-hmm.
I figured I could not do both. I couldn't balance the team and
Mm-hmm.
pay the team and then make sure that I had the money to put over here to take this into another direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, what has been the biggest impact on you personally and professionally since Mr. Larry has passed away? Like both, like what inspires you or motivates you to keep going?
Every day is a struggle.
Mm.
But when I think of him, I'm almost about to cry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not.
That's okay. When I think of him and I think of my mom,
Mm-hmm.
those were the most influential people in this game that I'm playing, that
Okay.
I'm in. And they really believed in me. And I feel like I can't let them down. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to let myself down.
Right.
Because when I look at the products that Makeup by Aaliyah has, I see potential. I
Mm-hmm.
see potential. You know what? This can go in Walmart. This
Right.
section over here can maybe make Dillard's, or it may can go into Macy's.
It can go into Ulta, Sephora. I mean, I'm wearing your makeup today. I'm
Yeah,
wearing from everything from foundation on. And I mean, look at how it matches me.
is exactly perfect. And I'm
You
like,
know?
when I look at that line, I'm like, there's too much potential here to
Mm-hmm.
constantly just keep playing down here. I don't have the followers, or the big views or anything like that. But I was like, am I gonna let that stop me? That was my number one question.
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna let that stop me for digging in and going harder for what I believe in? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I can't focus on views and who's there for me and who's not for me. I can't focus on that. I have to put the blinders on and I have to move forward. And
Right.
that's just my intentions, is to move forward and play with the bigger people. And also, we're going to get into e-commerce.
Mm.
You know,
Okay.
we're
Okay.
definitely want to get into and that's a hard thing. I'm not gonna that is a hard game to play. You really got to know a lot about e-commerce, in which I don't know anything about it, but we're going to get into it and we're going to find people that can direct us to
Mm-hmm.
move us into a different direction. Because I'm hoping within the next year or two, Wanda, I want to see Makeup by Aaliyah on the shelves, Walmart, Ulta Beauty, Sephora. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see us. Can we go there?
Of course you can.
You know?
And like I told you before we went live, you have followers because me and my crew, we got you all day, every day. Me, Denise, Monique, we make up idea, Paris, all of us, we got you. We want to see you succeed.
And
So
I really thank y'all. And that Paris,
yeah,
Monique is just like in a shell all by herself.
right,
You know, she is
exactly.
so real till it's
That's
just
how I came to know
unreal.
about you.
Man, Monique is so real till it's just unreal. And Paris, what I really love about Paris believe in the line so much that when I say sister shops to
Mm-hmm.
make sure her clients have nothing but, that really makes me feel good.
I'm waiting on my midnight palette right now. As a matter of fact, as soon as we get off, I'm going to get it.
Baby, I'm telling you.
And I'm
I'm
telling you, if I'm a diva on the budget, unfortunately, I can't work. So I get paid once a month and I got to make my little coins last. But, I
I,
be getting it in as much as I can.
yeah, yes. I thank y'all so much. And like I say, my PR team they were wonderful. They were the most wonderful women that I ever met, that I came across. And I cherish them, but I was like, I gotta make a choice. And that
Mhm.
was a hard choice to make. I'm serious. That was a hard. And another person that's my backbone when I go and I'm talking about what I'm gonna do, that's my sister. And I don't
Mhm.
know if too many people have met my sister Tony. I have two sisters, but my sister Tony, from day one I came up with the idea, that sister has had my back.
Okay.
She has really been the backbone behind Makeup by Aaliyah. She has no bones to come in my inbox and say, I don't like this. I don't like the way you're doing this. You need to change this. And I don't get upset about it.
Right, because
You
she
know what I'm
wants
saying?
the best for
She
you.
wants me to be
Successful.
successful. Yeah.
Mhm.
So she's another big backbone behind Makeup by Aaliyah.
That was one of my questions. Does anyone help you with the business, or are you a one woman show? So that was definitely one of my questions.
Yes, my sister is she's there 100%. Even my children, even though you don't see them, sometimes we'll sit down at the table. What do y'all think about this? No, mom, I think that's too much, or let's name it this. So they'll come up with names, or
Okay.
I ask them, no, mama, that's a little bit too much. Especially my son, can believe it or not, especially
Okay.
my baby boy. He's really there for me. If I'm out there wanted to get on the road, he's always seeing how I can turn it around that he can go. He
Okay.
he, he wants to be
Like
there.
your bodyguard.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm
Oh,
loving that. I'm loving that with them. Yes.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, what is a typical day like in your life?
Oh my God. I eat and breathe Makeup by Aaliyah.
Okay.
I don't care if I'm at work. If I have ideas when I'm supposed to be focused over there working, if I
Mm,
have an idea, I'm snatching a piece of paper out the printer and I'm writing down ideas all the time. I
okay.
bring them home and I keep them in a notebook so I can reference back. What was you thinking? I'm
Mm,
always Googling, trying to find the best competitive cosmetics, what will work, what won't work. Um,
right.
I'm one of those ones, I refuse to just bring in something and say, okay, just put my name on it. You got to give me samples. I got to test them for a while. I got to see if they're going to work. And
Mm,
I like to do them in front of my viewers.
right.
What do you see? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you can help me as well. But my typical day starts at 4 a.m.
Ooh.
I'm up at 4 o'clock every
Okay.
morning, and it's about Makeup by Aaliyah. If
Mhm.
I got orders, I got to get out. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm in there washing my face right quick. I'm out there in the packing house, and I'm a one woman show, and I'm making sure that these orders are getting out on a
Mhm.
regular. You
Okay.
know, I'm doing lives. Trying to put myself out there more, but I eat and breathe Makeup by Aaliyah. I may get up at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. An idea may pop up
Right.
and I'm Googling trying to figure out, how does this work? How does this go with this? oh, I think I want to put another palette together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I have all in my beauty room over here on this other side over here. I have over 100 and something different shades of eyeshadows.
Okay.
And when I get ready to put a palette together, I'm sitting on the floor trying to do it, put it together. Because one thing I did learn in this makeup business with indie brands, they don't mind going to get the same palettes.
Right.
They don't mind going to go get this. And I don't really care for that, because if I seen that palette and I seen somebody has it out, I'm bagging off.
Right. Right.
That belongs to them now, in my opinion. So
I got you.
when I started seeing that pattern too much, I was like, just do your own.
Right. Do your own
Just
thing.
so when the executor came out, when we came out with seduction, and
Look, which is what I'm wearing today.
yes, when we
And
came
let
up,
me show everybody, this is the executor which your girl is wearing
baby,
today.
that
And
joke is
she
tough.
she is beautiful.
Yes,
She is
yes.
beautiful. I can validate that. I can vouch for.
First,
I know you see I had it right beside me so I could do.
yes, Lord. So I got the pattern. I wanted to make sure I had fun colors, but on the side, I wanted also to make sure that you can do a new look right quick at the same time. So when
Mm-hmm.
I saw that pattern, I was like, this is it.
Okay.
This is it. Now I just got to form and put the colors together. And so then once I give them to the manufacturer that I work with, they go in, they'll rearrange it. They rearranged it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But so
Okay.
that's how we came up with the executor. And it was a big hit.
She is wonderful. I mean,
It
I'm
was
a
a big
color
hit.
person. I have purple hair, so very rarely will you see me do a nude look. I do nude looks just to show my clients and potential clients that I can do soft glam and nude.
Right, right.
But I'm a color girl all day, every day.
I, baby, you be slamming.
Oh,
You,
thank
you
you.
be slamming. When you did that new look, I was like, this is it right here. The glam has walked through the door.
And
She
that I was so honored when you reposted that. Like I was almost like in tears, like because I am an affiliate for another brand, and I think I've only been posted twice in the time, and it's like here it is. This lady doesn't know me from a can of paint, and she saw something in me. And I
man,
was already a fan, so it only made me want to go harder for you.
yes, that nude looks just do something to me. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, she took this nude look to a whole different level. And I was just so glad so many people got involved
Yes.
with loving the picture and commenting on the picture.
Yes,
You know,
I was
it was
floored.
outdone. It was
And
outdone.
and you made a comment about like not having a large following, and I know I myself, even with my podcast, it's just starting, but this is something that God put in my spirit, and I'm being obedient. And my podcast, I bring on people. I try to encourage, inspire, empower, motivate.
Right.
And whether I have one person, whether I have 100 people, I'm being obedient because each time someone shows me or tells me that they've been listening. So what I
Right.
want to say is what God has for you is for you, and can't nobody take it. Oh, your husband has already spoken. He's up there
Yeah.
whispering in God's ear. Like,
Yes.
this my baby right here is working hard, and
Yeah.
and you have such a powerful spirit and presence, and the motivation that we see, because I'm a chronic pain sufferer, and I know what it takes to push yourself on those days that you don't feel like it.
Exactly.
you know um I know what it takes to come on live hurting, whether it be mentally or physically, and appear to be okay.
Right.
So I can sometimes read when you're not quite okay, but you pushing through it
I'm
because
pushing.
you push
I'm
through it.
I'm pushing. There's just not a day that I do not go without thinking about my husband. There's just not a day of thinking of him and my mom and my dad. There's just
Right.
because I lost all of them in a year,
Wow.
all in a year.
I didn't know
They
that.
all passed away 6 months behind each other.
Wow.
And that was a blow. That was
Right.
just a really big blow. And when I lost my mom, we found my mom passed away in the house. She had a major heart attack. So
Mm.
my daughter found her, and I was on my way to work, and she called me, and go over there and sat with her and everything. But I just never thought in a million years, 2 days before my mom's funeral is when Larry woke up real hoarse.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we found out about the cancer. But I
Okay.
never would have thought that I was going to lose him so quickly.
Right. How long had you two been married?
30 years.
Wow, what a
30 years.
blessing.
And I tell people all the time, that's like I was a baby. It's like he taught me how to be a woman. He taught me how to be a wife. He was teaching me, being a mother. He was teaching it because, 23, you really don't know too much.
Right.
And I had just got out of a really abusive relationship. I had 4 children, and he picked me up with 4 children. And, he never turned his back on any of us. He raised my children. And they know who their real father is, but to them, that's daddy.
That's
You know,
daddy.
that's daddy
Right.
because, he was there through thick and thin. So it's rough.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough to get up every single day and you don't have that heart. You
Mm-hmm.
can't call mama. You can't call daddy. And now you got to figure out how you're going to do all of this. One thing I am proud about my husband, he did teach me how to survive.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
taught me very, very much because I hear a lot of women, and I just shake my head sometimes when they lose their spouse. They don't know how to do nothing.
Right. Right.
They don't know how to take care. I don't have to work. I don't have to do nothing. This you got to learn because you just
Gotta
never
learn because
know.
life is life and you never know when your time is gonna come.
Exactly.
And because even with me, I've worked since I was 14 and I'm 52 now. And my body retired me, but I'm still trying to figure it out. Like I'm still trying to figure out how to make a dollar out of 15 cents.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
God bless the child that got his own. I'm of that mentality. And although I do have a mate that will do anything for me within his reason and within his power, I want to be able to do for me.
Exactly. I still had that independence in me, even though I was married. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I
right.
never, out of 30 some years, I was never out of a job. I never sat down. And that's what really makes me go hard now because it's just me now, Wanda. I don't have that extra
Mm-hmm.
coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
When
right,
when, when payday comes, that extra check is no longer there. So
right.
I got to make sure that Makeup by Aaliyah is going to be profitable to take care of me. You know
And
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Or is
Mm-hmm.
it going to be profitable that when I can no longer run it, is it profitable enough that maybe one of my grandkids or one of my children
Mm-hmm.
wants to take over it, So
Right,
I'm not in this just to like, ooh, let me just do it live today. If I
right.
make
You're
one
trying to
sale
create a
or two,
legacy.
yeah, I'm trying to make something out of this. I want to see it. And what motivates me when I look on TikTok and I'm seeing how all of these people are pushing product out. I'm talking about serious product. We're not talking about 50, 60 orders. We're talking about thousands of orders at a time.
Mm.
When their business is working for them, where their e-commerce business is working for them, now they're in Walmarts and you know, I want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I want a taste of that.
Oh,
So
it's already yours.
yeah,
Claim it. It's already yours.
I
I
want to
can see it. You're working too hard for it not to be.
exactly. So I refuse to sit down. I refuse to stay idle. So everything you see me do, and just because I come in, like I tell a lot of people, just because you kept seeing me come on camera, I'm coming here. Um, I'm coming here out of the love of my family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pushing for the love of my family. Is it easy? No, it ain't. It's never easy. It's
Right.
it's never easy.
So if you had to give, in closing, if you had to give words of inspiration for somebody that may have suffered a loss, or someone that has to rearrange their life because life is life, and they have to sort of start over per se,
Yeah.
what would that inspiration be?
Trust in God. Just keep all of your trust. Pray every single day. Pray with the whole heart that you know that God can comfort you, and He can comfort you. The days are not going to be easy. The nights, my nights, oh my God, it just seemed like I couldn't even rest at night. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted Him right there. But
Right.
just keep trusting in God and believing that, believe in yourself. If you
Amen.
can't do anything else, believe in who you really are. Bring that person that you know that is in you, bring them up, let them shine out. Don't worry about what somebody else is saying. And that's why a lot of people give up, because they hear about what somebody else is saying. Anytime somebody is saying so much negative to you, or you can't do that, or that ain't going to be for you, it's because they don't want to do nothing, and they
Right.
don't want to see you do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They
Try
don't
to
want to see
talk
you.
you out of your dreams.
Exactly. Get yourself lined up with positive people that is willing to go somewhere, but always be aware. Always have that ear open, listening to what is being said in the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Everybody's going to make things sound good, but everything that sounds good ain't good,
Ain't good.
you know. But just keep trusting in God. Keep
And I
believing
always say, surround yourself with friends that'll mention your name in a positive way and brings your future
every time.
never set in.
Every time. No matter if you get the money first,
Right.
and if they're still there,
Right.
then you know you found a friend. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? But once you make yours, you make sure you take that
Hold
hand,
them
you pull
up.
it back, you pull them up right with you.
Exactly.
Because there's enough out there for everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody. Yes, ma'am. So I just want to say, God bless you. God bless what you are doing. And you just keep going. I don't care if you got one viewer today, two tomorrow, four the next day, and it goes back down to one. You keep doing what you know you want to do in your heart. You know what makes you feel good. You know what makes you, what motivates you. Keep pushing. One of these days, we're going to be seeing you with a big studio, honey.
Receive that. I
we
receive
we
that.
gonna see you in a big studio, and you gonna be, listen, you gonna be sitting up there interviewing some of the best of the best. Do you hear what I'm saying? So
Amen.
you just keep doing it, keep throwing everything you got on every channel, your YouTubes, your TikToks, wherever you got to put it, you put it there. But
Yes.
just don't stop there, Wanda. If you have to find somebody else that can help you pull up, go
Mm-hmm.
after them. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Go
Yes.
after them. Sometimes it takes money to make money,
Amen.
but
Amen.
you got to keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. I received that. I want to thank you so
Yeah.
very much for honoring me and my podcast with your presence. Like I said, you have a
Yeah.
fan club that you don't even know about.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I truly think you all are a blessing. Thank you.
And if we can ever help you in any way, just hit my inbox, let me know. And that's, in or off the record, just hit my inbox, let me know if I can help you. If you need a squad to help you in any way, we got your back.
Thank you so much.
Yo,
Love y'all so much,
love
and y'all
you
stay
too.
absolutely blessed.
Peace and blessings. Thank you.
Bye bye. Bye.